your name was. Like, he asked me twice in the span of like 2 messages. I was like, I did not say what my name was. So that man is not gonna rent my apartment. I don't know who is, but drugs are a hell of a drug. I don't know what that was. But oh lordy. Yeah, so I don't know why he wanted, I'm fascinated by why he wanted to stay the night. Yo, it's your first time on stream. Much love from Brazil. Thank you. Thank you. Welcome. I am fascinated by what was happening. Was bro trying to squat? That's what I think. That's my theory. I think that he was like thinking that if he could get in for a night, then he could just stay there. But like, it's a sublet, right? It's not even renting the place. And he was like, well, I'd like a trial night before I sign up to live there. And it's like, that's not how any of this works. You can't have a trial night. Amber, it's good to see you. How are you? Oh my gosh, it's been forever. That's not how any of this works, right? Like, it's definitely not. I've never, honey, hey, oh my gosh, so many cool people tonight. I have never like asked for anything. I'm like afraid to ask for anything in a rental situation. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, the heat doesn't work. And they're like, that sounds like a you problem. And I'm like, I'm sorry for being difficult. You know, I can't imagine having like, can you ever retry? I can't imagine having like the internal strength. It's honestly kind of impressive to me. I'm kind of in awe of it. I think it's kind of respectable. Ty, thank you so much. Like, it's a little awesome. This man is so self-actualized. But yeah, I do suspect that he was maybe trying to squat and just doesn't really totally understand that I live here. And it's not like there's like a couch he could crash on. Like it's a tiny apartment. It's just the only furniture in here is my bed. Like, bro. Joe, cool. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the gifted sub. Oh my gosh, this is so fun. I love that we get to like have, I feel like it's a sort of a more kind of private, quiet stream because I haven't been streaming so much during the week. I feel, yo, Guinea the Pig. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. We can do birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Guinea the Pig. Happy birthday to you. Yeah, it feels kind of private, you know, kind of quiet, kind of secret. It feels like a speakeasy, you know? Like nobody knows that we're here. Top secret. Yeah, happy early birthday. Oh my gosh, you rent a place and your house has always had problems. Wait. You rent a place next to your house but always had problems with it? Wait, what do you mean you rent a place? Why do you rent a place next to your house? Why don't you live in your house? I'm so confused. Emperor Arzon, thank you so much for that gifted sub. Rent it out maybe? Is the housing market that flipped where you live? Ellie should do a guinea pig bridge cover someday? I don't know a guinea pig bridge. I don't know what that is. Oh my gosh. Bruff de do de dun de de. Wait, what? Wait, what? Wait, what? Guinea pig bridge? What is this? It's on YouTube? Okay. I'll watch it right after stream. I promise this heinous crime that I have committed. Why, Miss Villian? I don't know what's going on with that. I saw so much speculation. I'm like genuinely so curious. Like, okay, this is not okay for me to say. On the one hand, I feel like she has worked tirelessly and like endlessly for so long that like I hope that she's just like, it's retirement time, baby. I'm retired, you know? Like if it's a retirement thing, like, oh my god, heck yes, girl, get that rest. But she's too content brained for that. It's gotta be a content thing, right? Like, it's gotta be a content thing. She's probably rebranding from Ground Zero. Nah, she wouldn't. I don't think she ever would. She doesn't, she's like, Billion was your first ever Oshi? You hope whatever she chooses, she's doing okay? Okay, I don't know this for sure. I have not talked to her about this. But I am 100% certain she's okay. She's like extremely sturdy and unflappable. Like, she is one of the least neurotic VTubers working, right? Like, she's learned to milk doing nothing. That's true. That's true. Like, she can just kind of tank stuff. So I do think she's fine. I do think that she is definitely fine. All other VTubers, if they just disappeared like that, I'd be like, oh god, they're not doing well. I'm sorry, Stan. Better luck. But yeah, I don't know if it's part of the ARG or not. Papa Arvin, thank you so much. Thank you so much for the gifted sub. But I do think that, I think she's definitely fine because I don't actually think that she's capable of... The model wasn't hers, so she's making everything her own. But if she ain't coming back, you're happy for her too? Yeah, the model not being hers is complicated. I don't really know, like, all of the lore there, but I know that she's basically allowed to use it. She's just not allowed to, like, sell a plush of it, right? So that was the only issue, so... Yeah, Cha-Cha said on stream yesterday, you're paraphrasing a bit, but she won't reveal anything except that Fillion is okay and inevitably is coming back soon. Yeah. No, she's fine. She's fine. She's definitely fine. You assume it's a massive campaign? I would not be surprised, and I would be excited if she got a new model and rebranded and stuff, but I just don't think she will. Like, do you hang out with VTubers in IRL? I mean... Listen, I won't specify any specific VTubers, but yeah, I mean, that's like specifically confirmed. Like, I've done off collabs. We've talked about, I've gone on plenty of trips with VTubers that like we've talked about. Philly and Ellie BattleBots collab someday? Well, Phillian did a BattleBots thing with Uo. So maybe someday. Did I see Rin Penrose's new model? Yes, I love it. Do you guys love it? I know that there was like all of this discourse about like, oh, was it, you know, is it not boy enough? But it's not really girl either. I don't know. It feels kind of cool and like, yeah, I just think it's sick. I love it. I've always loved Pin Renrose. I've always loved Pin Renrose. I think that Pin Renrose is one of the funniest VTubers. Pin Renrose is also your fave gender. Yeah. John VTuber, brand new gender. Yeah. Non-binary VTuber, you know? Like, I don't know. You missed the old one, but from what I've seen, the new model is great. Yeah. No, I mean, like, I'm always gonna see... Whoa. Not enough comedians in today's world, especially people who use their body for skits and humor. In subtle ways, she reminds me of the actress that played Lucy in I Love Lucy. Oh, Fillion! Yeah, Fillion does incredible physical comedy. You know, it's kind of amazing because so many VTubers are 2D, which makes them a little bit stuck in space. It's an advantage as well. I like being 2D. I find it a little bit stressful to be 3D because suddenly I have to be acting with my whole body all the time, you know? And it's a little bit hard because when you're VTubing, you have to be acting with your face so hard. But then when you're moving physically, it's, it's quite stressful because you have to be acting with your face and with your body and with your posture, and you have to be like filling the space that you're in. It's like dancing. Yeah, it's pretty hard. So like I find it kind of stressful to be 3D, though I am working on it. But I think that that's like something that Fillion's always done incredibly well, and something that I really respect is like very physical humor, a lot of slapstick. As for Pin Renrose, I think that they're just like the freaking funniest. Like, I think that they're just really funny. The 3D Beat Saber was a lot of fun. I want to do more. Kaz, thank you. Kaz, thank you so much. 3D lets you see them from another angle. Billion is so energetic, it's insane. I know, and on long streams too. Yeah, Rin is really funny. And I really respect that. I was literally like talking to a friend today and I was like, that's the funniest VTuber. That's the funniest VTuber ever. You watch RTG, I don't know how to say that. I'm so stupid. So there's quite a lot of Rin on there. Ah, I don't know. You never have to, thank you. You wish we could invent a generator that could harness Villian's energy. She needs that. Villian needs that. Villian used to be a professional parkour athlete? I did not know that. How did I not know that? When are we getting a real 3D model of you, Miss Minibot? What do you mean, a real one? The current one is kind of hacked together, but it's as real as a lot of them. I don't know. So, it's gonna be a subathon goal, probably. And we'll see where we get with it, but... Whoa! Anonymous gifter, thank you so much for 5 gifted! Thank you! Thank you! Rin's model rigger is Brie. Oh, Brie at Cookie Box is amazing. I feel like you can always tell one of Brie's models. Model broke? What do you mean model broke? Rin was the first VTuber you started watching around 2 years ago. Yeah, Rin and Villian were both really big in like clips. So for a lot of people, they were the first VTubers that you would ever encounter, right? If you weren't like looking for VTubers. Karami, thank you. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. You're really new to watching VTubers. It reminds you of watching Let's Players back in the day. You were introduced to me from Neuro. My streams are chill. They're your favorite things for you to watch while you're eating beans in the bathroom at work. I'm honored, Joe. Thank you. Thank you. RT Games model broke. I see you. I see. You still got Guinea Pig Bridge stuck in your head? I cannot wait to listen. It's like, it's eating me alive, the curiosity. Rin went hard with shorts a few years ago. Yeah, and now they don't make them. Now they like specifically don't make them. Neuro was the first one you actually watched. That makes sense. Rin is the only VTuber you felt comfortable showing your sister who's very internet illiterate. What about me? You're not comfortable showing your sister me? I'm a family-friendly streamer. I'm a little goof. I'm a woman in STEM. Why wouldn't you show your sister me? No, that's fair. That's fine though. I get it. As long as it's not balding. Fair. Whoa! Marino Hiros, thank you so much for 1,000 bits. Thank you. I'm a little goof. You are family friendly, but your sister doesn't like science much? What? Okay, well, what? But everyone likes science. Also, I'm not like a science communicator. You know, I talk plenty about just goofing around. I don't know. Dude, do I have to be a woman in STEM forever? I wish I could be a woman and in STEM without being a woman in STEM, man. Showed your cousin the breast milk vibe coding thing and she agreed with it? Let's go! Let's go! You and Giga are pretty much the only full-time VTubers that you feel comfortable showing to normies? I'm not even a full-time VTuber. This is my hobby. This is my passion project. I'm your most relatable VTuber that you watch. I'm chill and have a lot of takes. You agree with— oh, okay. That's good. I do have a lot of takes. I'm glad you agree with them. You appreciate that I'm a scientific mind. I don't know if that's true. Because you're learning how weirdly rare that is in your part of the country. I hope you find more people like you. Breast milk vibe coding. It's hard to explain, but the point is that formula is like vibe coding because if you rely on it too much, it erases the actual knowledge that you need to not use it, right? It makes itself, it cements itself as the only option by erasing the knowledge necessary. Yeah, lost communal memory and lost communal knowledge. You once saw a clip of Shondo and Fillion and thought, dang, who's this purple VTuber? But then the clip only had Fillion's name, so you watched more Fillion content trying to find out Shondo's name, and now you don't watch Shondo and Miss Fillion. Oh, I'm sorry. Your sister— wait, your sister is likely watching this stream? Whoa! Hello, Retro Gamer's sister. Institutional memory! Wait, that's so good. Found my streams through Neuro. You found my discussions about AI ethics with the little one quite enlightening. I don't know if they were, but thank you. Yo! I'm honored. Oh, you meant as a streamer that doesn't also do IRL content. Oh, I get what you mean. Like only VTuber. I see. I understand. Yeah. No, I have no interest in ever showing myself. That child didn't make it. The one time I ever showed myself in a VTubing setting, that child didn't make it, man. I didn't show all of myself, to be clear. I mean, like, obviously I didn't show all of myself, but I didn't show my face, to be clear. I showed, I like, you could see my body because I was literally working on the car. But I had my face covered and, you know, rip long child, she will be missed. Chat is Ellie dead child car. That poor Victorian child. Whoa, if we're still talking streamers, what do be normie like or are in STEM? What do be normie like or are in, oh, okay, you're looking for streamers that are normal or in STEM. Okay, so I don't know if I would call Uwo normal, but he is in STEM. Side array is a perfect example. Normal and in STEM and super funny. We love side array. Same with Shumi. I don't know if Shumi's normal, but she is funny and in STEM. Science, technology, engineering, mathematics. And you might say, why are those things grouped together? And the answer is because they're jobs that an autistic boy can make a lot of money doing. And so schools were like, maybe we should start making everyone do that stuff. That's why those things are grouped together. Other than that, I really don't see why they are. You could say like, oh, logic, but logic is used in everything. I don't know, man. It's not like you see philosophy grouped in there, and philosophy is all about logic. Like philosophy and Boolean math like overlap. Like there's no real thing. There's no real reason why it's a thing, except that you can make money. Oh, Oriana, yes. Oh my gosh, Oriana is a STEM VTuber. There are many. Uwo's streams are always educational, even if sometimes the lesson learned is not to do what Uwo did. That is very true. That's extremely true. Oh, Reddy! I don't know if Reddy is still streaming. I'm a bad friend. But, yeah. What's the not STEM major groups called? They don't have a name for it. They don't have a name for it, and that's what's so messed up. Because it feels to me like STEM got a lot of government programs, so it quickly caught on for funding requests. I mean, yes and no. Why did it get a lot of government programs, right? The humanities? Well, again, yes or no. Yes and no. Because if you look, Reddy's busy at the moment because of school, but he's planning on streaming again eventually. Nice. Nice. Liberal arts? I don't know. Yeah, humanities doesn't cover everything. Liberal arts also kind of doesn't cover anything. It doesn't mean anything, right? Like, I feel like it's just kind of a catch-all, you know? Classical studies? I don't know. So then, yeah, STEAM. Exactly! STEAM feels like the popular kid got left out and forced themselves in. Okay, so the way that I feel, actually, is that STEAM feels like they just threw a party and invited everyone except history. STEAM is where it's science, technology, engineering, art, mathematics. That's so dumb. That's so dumb. Because then it's just everybody except history. Let him in. Let him in. STEAM. STEAM. And at that point, it's just school. Like, why do we even have a classification for this? Like, it's just freaking school at that point. So yeah, STEM's dumb. I think that the wages are inflated, and I think that they'll be deflated soon. And I think that at that point they'll lose a lot of their prestige. I think that a lot of the effort to get women into STEM is just a way to deflate the wages faster because companies I'm always fascinated when people are like, oh, the companies, they want to hire women. No, they don't. Like, they don't care. They don't have like an ethos. They're not like, wow, I'm Google, and you know what I care about more than making money is the rights of women. They don't care. Google doesn't care. They don't care. They care about making money. If they have an initiative to get women into STEM, it's because they want to be able to pay engineers less, right? They want the good PR of hiring women. That's not true. That's not true. It's Google. Reptile, it's Google. What PR? What, are you gonna use Bing because Google didn't hire enough women? No, you're not. That's dumb like rocks. People have this idea. There is no PR for this. As someone who's actually like been involved in the management of a startup, no, investors are not like, ooh, I see that you have women working for you, so that's pretty cool. And there's no way to advertise that to customers, and the customers don't care. It's about money. It's about money. So there were some studies at some point that were like, oh, if you have more diversity on your team will perform better. And that's pretty chill. But also then there were other studies that questioned like the validity of that original study. Ultimately, who knows, who cares? But that was the original reason why there were suddenly initiatives. And then also the other reason why there were initiatives is that if you only have half of the population working in a field, you are artificially limiting your supply, which your thought was that PR equals money, but okay, yeah, Google doesn't need PR. Yeah, exactly. And if you look at the companies that were most involved in these initiatives, they're the ones that most don't need that PR. So the PR argument kind of falls apart. If women make less than men for the same job, wouldn't they hire women so they can pay them less of the profits? That's literally what they're doing. Like, I'm telling you that that's the thing that they're doing. That's the thing that they're doing. That's why they're trying to make initiatives to get women into STEM. It's to flood the market with engineers so that they can pay engineers less. And it's worked extremely well, right? And it's also that the whole, like, do women get paid less than men thing? The answer is yes, if we're answering literally, but it's also more complicated than that. And it's not something that we need to get into, but it is kind of interesting. Mr. McFriggin Lurker, thank you! Thank you so much! Yeah, at the end of the day, if you imagine that any company has any goal beyond, like, power and profit, you're a little goof is what you are. And companies that have amassed enough power, they don't need PR. They don't need PR, and investors don't care. Investors just don't care at all. Cupid, hey, it's good to see you. Yeah, women statistically tend to be less aggressive, which is a core reason why people get raises. Again, this is true and it's not. You know, all of this is super, super complicated. When you look at something as complicated as, like, does half the population make more or less money? Why do they choose the jobs that they choose? Why are they promoted or not promoted? You're dealing with such an enormous cluster of variables that are probably, like, interrelated, right? And it's impossible to point it to one thing, even just to a few things, right? Spontaneous male pregnancy. Wow. Thank you for the sub. An anonymous gifter, thank you for the sub to Cupid. Women aren't the most min-max profit-friendly for greedy corpo CEOs. They are often. It depends on the role. It depends on the time you're talking about, but yeah. On the civil engineering side, in New York at least, there's contract obligations to have diverse and disadvantaged members of progress teams, which leads to some interesting subcontracting structures. Again, this is for certain kinds of government labor, and it's way overstated. If you look at the actual jobs available to people because of these programs, it is, like, in the 3 digits. So if you're gonna try and use that to explain, like, broad trends, it's only a thing in some cities. Very few people qualify for it. And it's just like, it's not a significant contributor. And I don't really care if it is. Personally, I don't think the issue is that there aren't enough women in STEM. If this gets clipped, my life is gonna be so fricked. Oh my god, I'm gonna get, like, the worst people in the world, all of them. Every worst person with every worst opinion is gonna be in my Twitter DMs, just like, Eleanor, Minibot, I have to tell you that you were wrong on the internet, and maybe I am, man, I don't know. I don't freaking know, right? Like, I just don't know. Welcome to Ellie's karaoke stream, aka memes about unrelated stuff before anyone asks for a song. I am so glad that you guys put up with me. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I do have bad opinions, right? If I were, what do you think about HR? Do you think it is good or bad or unnecessary? Okay, I mean, I like getting paid, so I appreciate that there is payroll. When people talk about HR, I think that they don't understand what HR actually is, right? Like, I like that my W-2 forms are filed. I like that I'm onboarded onto the company software. I like that I have an account and can get my expenses approved when I travel. You know, I like being paid. Right? So when people talk about HR, most of what HR does is like organizational stuff that's super important. Now, there is plenty of HR that exists to protect company liability, but if your understanding of HR is like, I don't know, can we hear Bluebird? I don't know the song Bluebird. I like getting paid. I do. If I'm gonna perform labor in exchange for money, I sure would like to get money. Yeah, I don't want to do those tasks myself, man. There's no good HR or bad HR. There's only bad people in HR. I don't share this hatred. I don't know a lot of people in HR. I've worked at offices that were either so small that HR was always kind of handled by like one person who also bought all the snacks for the office, which was awesome. I love anyone who buys snacks for the office. Eleanor Minuscule Bot, what is your favorite ska song? Never had to knock on wood, and I'm glad I haven't yet, cause I'm sure it isn't good. That's the impression that I get. Ba 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 ba. Okay, wait. Can we do that one? Can we really quick? I'm so sorry. I'll get back to this. I promise. We'll get back to like, I don't know what the frick we're talking about. Why do you guys let me talk about this stuff? Impression that I get. Chords. Let's go. I'm so excited. I love this song. Oh my god. I love this song a stupid embarrassing amount. This is like, I save this song for when I need it. I won't put on this song in my headphones unless I'm desperate for it, unless I need it. Okay. Have you ever been close to tragedy? Been close to folks who have? Have you ever felt a pain so powerful, so heavy you collapse? No. Never had to knock on wood, but I know someone who has, which makes me sure wonder if I could. It makes me wonder if I never had to knock on wood, and I'm glad I haven't yet, because I'm sure it isn't good. That's the impression that I get. Ba 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 da da ba 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 da da ba 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 da da. Have you ever had the odds? Have you ever had the odds stacked so high? You need a strength that most don't possess. A strength most don't possess. Or has it ever come down to do or die? You gotta rise above the rest. No. I never had to knock on wood, but I know someone who has, which makes me wonder if I could. It makes me wonder if I never had to knock on wood, and I'm glad I haven't yet, because I'm sure it isn't good. That's the impression that I get. Ba 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 da da ba 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 da da ba 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 da da ba 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 da da. Okay, and then we've got to scroll. I'm not a coward, I've just never been tested. I'd like to think that if I was, I would pass. Look at the test and think, there but for the grace, oh god, go I, might be a coward. I'm afraid of what I find out. I never had to knock on wood, but I know someone who has, which makes me wonder if I could. I've never tried to play this before. So I wonder if I never had to knock on wood, and I'm glad I haven't yet, because I'm sure it isn't good. That's the impression that I get. Never had to knock on wood, but I know someone who has, which makes me wonder if I could. It makes me wonder if I never had to knock on wood, cause I'm sure it isn't good, and I'm glad I haven't yet. That's the impression that I get. Ba 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 da da ba 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 da 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 ba 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 da da ba 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 da 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 da. Yeah, I love that song. Anyway, so yeah, do I know Nightboat to Cairo? I do not. I have never heard of this song. I'm so sorry. So, why are women paid less than men? First of all, when I say that, I'm not trying to be controversial. This is a numbers thing, right? On average, women are paid less than men. Now, this is not necessarily a problem, depending on your worldview, and it doesn't have to be the problem that you've been told it is. It might be a different problem. But this statement on its own should not be controversial. On average, women make less money than men do. Now, why? Well, it's interesting, right? So women tend to work fewer hours than men do, right? Women more often are in part-time jobs. And they tend to be split in terms of industry, right? Women end up in a lot of care work, whereas a lot of the most lucrative jobs men wind up in. Now, on top of that, it seems improv style. Are you reading the sheet in real time, or is it proficiency in music theory? Perhaps you have a few riffs that you stitch together, but you do get it so smooth. Oh, Jean Bart, thank you so much for 5 gifted! Yo, Jean Bart! Awesome! Does women's knock on wood if could? I hope so? I don't know what this means. But thank you, Jean Bart. So I play banjo pretty badly, and based on this premise. So I know a bunch of banjo rolls, like blank, like, or, right? And you just kind of, you play the chords. So I'm not looking at sheet music, I'm looking at chords. So for example, like, that's a C chord right there. That's a F chord, right? And I choose the picking pattern so that roughly, I'm choosing which string I want the beat to land on. So I choose the banjo roll I'm gonna do based on where I want the beat to fall. Yo, Spoot, I'm honored! Thank you so much! You don't catch my streams, but my music is a key part of your daily listening. Thank you so much. So, yeah, women end up, often in carols, which tend to be worse paying, and they tend to work fewer hours. So there you have your reason. But then you should low-key learn Spanish and sing La. You know what? Come back in 2 years. I'll speak Spanish, okay? Come back here in 2 years. I'll speak Spanish. Give me 2 freaking years. So then you gotta ask, well, why do... And is that the only reason? Also, men tend to progress farther in their